Never Stop Learning, week 211. We're going to take a quick look at Crash Data Recovery, which is a new feature in Adobe Illustrator CC 2015. Alright, so here I have a document that has not been saved yet, and the way the feature works is it's going to generate a temporary snapshot of your unsaved artwork just in case you experience some sort of system failure. Alright, so all this stuff is going on in the background, but you do have some preferences you could play around with. I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to hit Command K on my keyboard to bring up the preferences. If you're on a PC, just hit Control K and that's going to bring those preferences up for you. Over here on the left we have this column, and if you go towards the bottom you're going to find this feature here, File Handling and Clipboard. Clicking on it once is going to change your preferences, and now we have access to data recovery. This is what it looks like by default. If you notice, I have these two features turned on, and over here on the right it says 2 minutes. So what's all this stuff about? Well, at the top it says automatically save recovery data every, and mine is set to 2 minutes. That means that Adobe Illustrator is going to generate a temporary snapshot of my artwork every 2 minutes, and it's going to save it in this folder over here in my Adobe Illustrator settings. Now it's going to save it there unless I click on this choose button, which means I could save this temporary file anywhere on my system. Now this is a temporary file, which means that if you were to normally quit Adobe Illustrator by going to File, then Quit, that temp file is going to be gone. You're not going to be able to find it anymore. Now, if Illustrator were to quit unexpectedly, like let's say Illustrator were to crash, your operating system were to crash, or your power were to go out, then that's when the data recovery system is going to jump into action for you. Now, these snapshots do take a little bit of processing power to generate because they're basically making a copy of your document somewhere else on your system. Now, if you're experiencing some lags and it's messing up your workflow, what you want to do is click on this little drop down menu and then increase this from 2 minutes, maybe to 5 minutes or 10 minutes. That way you're not experiencing that lag as often. Now, I would be worried about bringing this over to 30 minutes or an hour. Now, the reason I'd be worried about that is now there's huge gaps in between these temporary snapshots, and you could miss out on some vital information that way. So I leave mine set to 2 minutes. But if you're working on larger documents, you might want to switch over to 5 minutes. Last, we have this feature over here at the bottom, and this feature is actually going to turn off the data recovery, but it's only going to turn it off for complex documents. Okay, so that means Illustrator is going to look at the document. If it determines it's a complex document, it's going to turn off data recovery. A complex document is a larger document, something with a lot of bitmap images, raster effects, something like that, something that has big bytes in it. Then Illustrator is going to turn off the data recovery. But if data recovery is vital for your documents, and it doesn't matter if it's even generating some lag, then come back into your preferences, uncheck this box, but you want to restart Adobe Illustrator because this change is not going to take effect until the next time you launch Adobe Illustrator. So I'm going to hit cancel to get out of this. Now let's take a look over here at the top. At the top we have this little asterisk here, and that means that this document has not been saved. So what I want to do is I want to generate a crash. I'm going to make a little fake crash by just force quitting Adobe Illustrator. All that's happening here is that Adobe Illustrator unexpectedly quit. Now when that happens, then the data recovery system is going to jump into action for us. Alright, so Adobe Illustrator launched. Now we're greeted with this window. Adobe Illustrator quit unexpectedly. Any open documents that could be recovered with unsaved information are now named with the file name, but what they've done is they've added at the end recovered inside some brackets. Alright, if you want some more info, just click on this more info button, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to click OK to dismiss it, and that's going to bring up the document for me. Alright, so this is that temporary snapshot that I was talking about. Over here at the top, this document has not been saved because it has a little asterisk there. You see it added recovered over here. Now if I come all the way to the left and click on this little X, Illustrator is going to give me the opportunity to save this guy. I'm going to hit save, and now it's giving me the save as dialog box. It's a save as window because we have recovered added to this document name. The cool thing about this is we can make a copy of our document, that way we don't overwrite the other one, but if you actually do want to overwrite it, just give it the same name, hit save, and you're good to go. I'm going to hit cancel to get out of this, and there you have it, folks. That is the Crash Data Recovery System, which is a new feature in Adobe Illustrator CC 2015. Hey, and really quick, I wanted to come back to this window A lot of times we just say, and for more info, click on this button, and we never show what happens. Well, just wanted to show you what happens when you click on it. You click on it, it's going to go ahead and launch your default browser and take you to whatever URL Adobe assigned to that button. Now, because we are talking about the data recovery system, it's going to take you directly to the help center or the help page for that topic. So there you go.